Action.
Hello! Today we are doing My Boyfriend Chooses the Books I Read, and this is my boyfriend Danny. We are at Barnes & Noble and Danny is going to choose 3 books for me to read this week. 2 of the books will be whatever he wants, and then the 3rd book will be a book that he thinks I'm gonna love. Like, you're trying to get me to give it like 5 stars. We have very different book tastes.
Super different. I love like biographies, nonfiction books, history books.
And then I'm like, fiction only, romance, mystery. Okay, let's go into Barnes.
Horror? I've never seen you read horror before.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever read a horror book before.
I could see you liking it.
Oh my gosh, that cover is terrifying. What is that face? Or lack of a face?
Yeah, her teeth are actually like little black stubs.
No, oh, I mean, whatever you want. Oh, look at the section that he found. Romance! I'm so proud already.
Oh, 8? You read this one, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
9. The Stand-Up Groomsman.
Ooh, I've never heard of that.
I feel like it's like the same graphic art style that you love.
The Dead Romantics.
Have you heard of it?
I have heard of it. I really don't know much about it.
Like, do all these people have the same graphic designer? These two are both very good color schemes.
Yeah, the blue and like red pink.
Yeah, or this one.
That is not my color scheme.
This is my color scheme.
Just black and demonic red.
Well, I mean, gray and red.
It matches. Okay, we just got out of the bookstore.
So this is the one I thought you would 100% love, The Dead Romantics. Don't really know anything about it. It kind of sounded like the Hating Game movie that you made us watch.
Yeah, I thought that was so cute. I didn't get on camera, but we were in the bookstore and he was reading the back of the book and he was like, this sounds like a movie that we just watched. And I was like, what are you talking about? And it was The Hating Game. I forgot you watched that movie with me, which is so cute that you watched it with me.
That was one of the first, would you call it a rom-com? Proper rom-com?
Definitely.
Yeah. One of the first proper rom-coms I've ever watched.
Florence Day is the ghostwriter for one of the most prolific romance authors in the industry. Yeah, in The Hating Game, they work at a publishing company, so similar to that. I love books about people who love books. For the other 2 books, you wanted to get When Breath Becomes Air. They didn't have it at Barnes. I'm so sad, so I'm gonna order it. Why did you pick that book?
One of the best books ever. We're debating whether it's a memoir or an autobiography. I don't really know, but yeah, it's a really sad story about a surgeon who ends up getting cancer right when he comes out of like residency, and he's like studied for 12 years to be a doctor, and now has cancer and he has doctors performing operations on him. So it's just a weird situation that he writes about, and he ends up passing away, so it's pretty sad, but it's a good book.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna really like it.
The other one was The Alchemist,
which you own. It looks really good, and I feel like it's like a classic, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then really fast, I'm going to guess what I think I'm gonna rate the books. The Dead Romantics, I feel like I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. I feel like it looks like a book I would love. When Breath Becomes Air, I feel like I'm gonna say 4 stars. And The Alchemist, I don't know. I'm gonna say 3.5 stars because I'm not sure it's like my genre, but I still think I'll like it.
I think your ratings will end up being like inverse. I think you'll really like The Alchemist. I think When Breath Becomes Air, you'll give it 4. And then I think this book, for some reason, just because I think that you read a lot of books that have been made by the same graphic designer, I think that you'll be like, oh, I've read too many of these, and you'll give it like a 3.75.
Interesting. Okay. It's a few days later and I'm ready to start reading. Between The Alchemist and The Dead Romantics, I'm more excited about The Dead Romantics, so I think I'm gonna start with this book first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and order When Breath Becomes Air, Danny's 3rd rec, online. And I just started using Opera as my internet browser. Probably my favorite thing about Opera is that you can detach online videos into their own adjustable window while still browsing the web. I love watching YouTube book hauls in the corner while online book shopping to help me like get ideas for what books I want to get. And they have a feature called pin boards. I've been adding books that I want to buy soon to my pin board. You can also pin things like music, photos, links, and notes. I'm also planning on making a travel board for an upcoming trip I'm taking and different Christmas list pin boards for my loved ones. Opera also has a sidebar where you can listen to music and chat with friends. I've added Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook Messenger to my sidebar, along with Spotify where I listen to music. I, like the rest of the world, am addicted to TikTok, so being able to watch TikTok on a large screen on my desktop is so nice, especially for watching longer form TikTok videos or TikTok DIY videos. Especially as a content creator, I am always looking for content ideas or messaging with you guys, so it's so nice to have all of my socials so easily accessible. Plus, Opera's free VPN and ad blocker allows you to browse the web without any ads and protects your privacy. I sit and work at coffee shops all the time, so I am so glad that Opera protects me while I'm on public Wi-Fi. And when you switch from your old browser to Opera, you can super seamlessly sync all of your old bookmarks, tabs, and passwords. I highly recommend that you guys check out Opera. I will have Opera linked down below in the description, along with a link to my pinboard, so you guys can check out the new TBR I just made with all the books that I want to buy soon. Okay, let's get to reading The Dead Romantics. I just read page 107, and Ben, who I'm assuming is her love interest, is a ghost. Which is not a spoiler. I went back and actually read the entire summary, and that is in the summary on the back of the book. I had no idea, absolutely no idea. Me and Danny did not read super far in the summary. And wow, like where is this romance plot going? Because surely they cannot be together if he is dead, if he is a literal ghost. Now I'm stressed because I feel like this is not gonna have a happy ending. Oh, I just finished page 190 and I'm feeling a little bit mixed. I don't feel like super passionately about the romance or just like the characters themselves. I don't know what it is. Like sometimes I read a romance and I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. You just love the characters, like cannot stop thinking about them for weeks after you finish it. And then other times it's like, yeah, they're cool, but like whatever. And I don't know what it is that makes that like difference between falling in love with a character versus feeling okay about them. I think a big reason why I'm having like a little bit of a disconnect is because it's kind of insta love, or at least like insta like, which I don't love as much. I feel like it's way more meaningful when it really takes time for the characters to like each other, really care about each other, then fall in love. I've been laying here reading for like 6 hours, so I think I'm gonna stop for today and continue reading more tomorrow. It is the next day, well, night, and so far today I've read page 265, and I'm definitely starting to bond with the characters a lot more, which I'm happy about. And I have a theory about the ending, and if my theory is right, I'm gonna be so happy because I just want the characters to have a happy ending, and I've been so stressed so far. I still don't know obviously what the end will be, but I'm pretty sure I know what it's gonna be now. I just finished page 302 and my guess for the ending was right. I saw a lot of people's Goodreads reviews saying that the book is kind of predictable. And I don't disagree because I guess I did predict the ending, but also like there's no other ending that could be more fitting. Like this had to happen. Plus this book is also funny, which I appreciate. Like there's like a lot of puns and like good one-liners, and I feel like I haven't read a true like rom-com, emphasis on the com, in a while. So yeah, I'm loving that. Like have literally giggled out loud at a few parts. I finished the book. It was so cute. I think overall I would give it 4 stars. Definitely super cute. Love the plot. The plot is so unique. Definitely have never read any book with a story at all similar to this one. The only reason I wouldn't give it a higher rating is just because I feel like it is a lighter romance. Like it doesn't have like tons and tons of depth, which is honestly nothing wrong with. Sometimes that's all I want is like a chill, light, fun, unique romance, and that's definitely this book. It also, like I kind of talked about when I first started reading, took me like a little bit to really bond with the characters, which is another reason I wouldn't say like a 5-star read, but yeah, 4 stars. I'm super glad that I read this book, and I would love to know all y'all's thoughts on this book in the comments. It is late, so I'm gonna get ready for bed, but I'll see you guys tomorrow to start our second book.
Everything you said we already knew, more or less.
Well, here's something that you didn't know.
Hello, today I think I'm gonna start The Alchemist. It is under 200 pages, which I don't know what it is about small books, but they always make me feel like so accomplished. Like when I'm in a reading slump, my go-to is to read a really short book, because even though I know the only reason I read it so fast is because it's short, I'm like, wow, I did that. I read a whole book in one day, or however long it takes me. So yeah, let's start The Alchemist. I really don't know anything about it, but I love the cover. It's so pretty. This has been our coffee table book for like 2 years. Okay, I read to page 46, and I actually really liked the book so far. I wasn't sure if I would like it because it's not like my traditional genres that I read, but it's very like quest adventure kind of like, which is cool, and it moves like really fast paced. Basically the main guy starts out as a shepherd, and then he decides he's gonna go look for this treasure at the pyramids in Egypt. I feel like it's gonna have a lot of good like life lessons in it. I actually have some books to pick up at the library, so I think I'm gonna take this book with me, pick up my books on hold at the library, and sit at the library and read more of this book. I just got out of the library and I read to page 100 in the library. I was also listening to the audiobook when I was walking around. I like to go back and forth between the physical book and the audiobook, and I didn't know until really recently that Spotify has audiobooks. Most of them you have to pay for, but they do have some free ones, and The Alchemist was a free audiobook. This isn't sponsored or anything, I just had to let you guys know. And then I checked out 3 books, 3 Christmas/winter books. I got Winter in Paradise by Ellen Hildebrand. I've read one Ellen Hildebrand book before and wanted to read another one by her. Then I got The 12 Dates of Christmas, a Christmas romance. And lastly, Murder on the Orient Express, a murder mystery. And yeah, I feel like I can finish The Alchemist in like 1 or 2 hours, so I'm gonna go back and finish reading it. I finished reading The Alchemist last night. I really liked it. It's kind of hard to rate. I think I would say 3.5 stars, and not because there's anything I disliked about it. I just don't know if it's like fully my type of book, but it's like a super tiny quick read. I feel like it had a ton of good themes about like finding one's own like personal destiny and focusing on the pursuit of like your own dreams. I adored the story. Overall, I really liked it, and I'm glad I read it because I never would have picked it up on my own if Danny didn't recommend it. And then in the mail, I got Breath Becomes Air. I'm actually so excited to read this book. I don't know the last time that I read a nonfiction book, and I just like heard so many good things about this book from Danny. He talks about it all the time, and I feel like it's gonna break my heart, but I also feel like it's gonna have like a lot of like really good life lessons and make me more appreciative about my own life. Yeah, let's start When Breath Becomes Air. I just got to page 78 and I really like the book so far, but it's also so sad. I'm feeling like really reflective on like my own life. The main guy, Paul, we know that he dies at the end of the book, but so far we're reading about his childhood and him going through college and residency to become a neurosurgeon, and so many of the memories are like happy and just like anyone with a childhood and a college experience, and so it's weird to read those life experiences he has and knowing he's gonna die so young. I'm on page 150 and this book is so sad. It's crazy that Paul, he's in residency, I believe, when he gets diagnosed with cancer, and I feel like especially to be a doctor, like you go through so much schooling, you go through like residency, I don't know what else, but I know there's like so many bazillion years and steps to become a doctor. To literally get diagnosed with cancer and not survive to like fully become a neurosurgeon after all that time and money in your life spent working towards your dream is so heartbreaking. Paul was in a 36-hour surgery, performing surgery for 36 hours straight, and then a week later he's like bedridden with cancer. Like his body is just getting weak so fast, and that's so scary to think about. Like you could be fine 1 second and then your life is ending. You're literally dying like not that much time later. Not to be depressing, I know that's so depressing, but it's just so weird to think about. Tiny people, giant stars. We don't care about what we find. We just need each other's time. Young and reckless by design. I find my peace of mind. I don't know what to say. It's now the next night and I finished When Breath Becomes Air and I'm a mess. The epilogue is written by his wife and this line really got me. It says, "I expected to feel only empty and heartbroken after Paul died. It never occurred to me that you would love someone the same way after he was gone." This book, I think that everybody should read it. It was so good and so heartbreaking. I cannot imagine going through what Paul went through, his wife, his daughter, his family, like every single thing. It is late and I am an emotional wreck, so I think I'm gonna sit with my thoughts on this book before giving like my final review and rating. I'll see you guys tomorrow for my final thoughts, but oh my gosh, I am in my feels thinking about my own death, thinking about like if loved ones died, about like everything Paul went through. I'm gonna stop talking, but I will just be laying in bed, staring at the ceiling, debating my own morality. See you guys tomorrow.
For the day he dreams of holding memories and
You're the star, you get the big chair. So I have all of the books that I read in this video that you recommended, and I'm gonna tell you all my final thoughts. Last night I finished When Breath Becomes Air. I really liked it. I knew I was gonna like it, but I was surprised how much I liked it. I thought it was just gonna be like all really sad because we obviously know he passes away in the book, which is in the foreword. But I feel like he kind of goes through like so many emotions, knowing that he's dying, from like hope to like fear, anger, sadness, being appreciative for the time that he has, like so many emotions. And I felt like I felt all those emotions too. So it's like this like roller coaster of all of the things that you feel when you're dying.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't spoil it with him passing away. I didn't know it was in the forward. Cut that. Don't put that in. I don't want people to think I was spoiling books. Cut.
What did you think when you read it?
I read this back in high school.
Oh, okay.
My friend Reed wanted to start a book club. This was the book he picked.
You've been in a book club before me? I've never been in one. Then The Dead Romantics, we did not like fully read the summary. Her romance editor, who is also her love interest, appears to her as a ghost. She can see ghosts.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
I had high hopes for this book purely based off how it feels. I didn't expect it to be supernatural though.
I didn't either. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was really cute.
You're leaving out the one thing that you told me last night.
What?
That you think you've read too many books like this.
I do feel like I'm like getting harsher towards romances because I've read so many, and especially when they're more like light, fun romances, it's like, okay, I have like read this plot a lot, but the plot was really unique. And then The Alchemist. I liked The Alchemist. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. I feel like it was like short, fun, and had like good life lessons. I feel like it weirdly kind of went When Breath Becomes Air well, because it's about like finding your passion, and When Breath Becomes Air is like you really have to prioritize what your passion is for the next few years of your life.
Yeah, I think there's an overarching theme here of the books I recommended from when I was 18 and trying to figure out my life.
That seems fitting.
And then,
What's happening?
so those are the books from when I was about 18. And now I'm gonna recommend you 2 more books.
Okay.
This one's called Special Operations by William McRaven. He is a 5-star military general who actually went to the University of Texas,
Oh, wow.
our alma mater.
That's cool.
And he discusses military operations where the attacking force was maybe 10 or less people, and they took down armies of thousands of people. So that's your first book to read.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. And the next one is Skunk Works. Considered probably one of the greatest engineering books of all time.
Wow. Okay, how about I'll read these books if you read a romance book?
Well, I can't right now because of work and such, but I
Of
think
course.
these would be a great read for you.
So you're refusing my offer.
I am indeed.
Okay, well, thank you for the racks. I'll keep these in mind.
Cool.
Thank you for recommending me those 3 books. I feel like I never would have picked up The Alchemist and When Breath Becomes Air on my own, and I'm really glad that I read them.
We should do the Bitcoin white paper next.
Oh no. We gotta end this video. I can't read all these books.